you turned it off, ya Habla. I really do. Wallahi, I think you do. And she's sick and breathing on me. Give it up for your host, who's probably going to be the death of me, Susie, the Christian. بلادنا محتلة وهي حصارتنا. Go. Hi, my name is Maysoon. Give it up for Susie Afridi. She sent us an email. She was half dead on Friday. And she was like, I can't toast, I'm half dead. I was like, how many limbs you lost? And then she was here. Hi, everybody. So I'm the final comic of the evening. I'm a feel-good romp. For those of you who don't know, I made a really bad decision with my clothing because I now can't put the mic between my legs without looking like, anyway. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Maysoon. I'm not drunk. The doctor who delivered me was. As a result, I have cerebral palsy. It's a neurological disorder where I shake all the time. It's different like everyone. Some of us are wheelchair users. Some of us are nonverbal. Clearly, I'm not. In my case, I shake all the time. I shake it like Taylor Swift. She just wants to shake. Mine is completely involuntary. And how about she shake her ass and talk about the genocide? How about that? How about that? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I'm the comedian that is bicontinental, not bi, just bicontinental. I wish I was bi, because if I was, then I would literally win the diversity Olympics, because that's the only thing that's missing. And I know it's sad, right? I tried. I looked at a picture of Angelina Jolie for 3 hours straight one day. I wasn't even damp. So, anyway, it's that kind of night. So for those of you who don't know me, I am bicontinental. So I split my time between Palestine and Jersey. And I have always believed that Bayonne is much more dangerous than Gaza. So I want to just take you on a journey with me of being a bicontinental kid that spent my summers in Palestine. Yalla, you want to go? Yeah. Okay. We start with my origin story really quickly. My parents are Palestinians, both of them. And the way they met is so romantic. I just wish they would do a Lifetime movie. Because, like, have you all been blown away by, like, how romancy Palestinians are in the middle of, like, an active genocide? Yeah. It's like they take the picture and he's like, a rose for you. So my parents' story is like so beautiful. They're first cousins. And it's not even the reason I'm weird, which is like the number one cause. Yeah, you all guys say no to cousin love. It was okay when you had to ride a camel for 7 days, no more. So anyway, I'm fully Palestinian. I'm the youngest of 4 girls, and every single year, June 21st, last day of school, my parents would pack the 4 of us up and send us back to Palestine to live with our grandparents. So my friends would go to the Jersey Shore, and I would go to a war. And that's how it all started, right? I'm 5 years old. I'm crossing the bridge. I got my bunny checkers, right? And I'm crossing the bridge. And did anyone ever have one of those toys that had the beating heart? Do you ever have the toy with the beating heart? No, because you don't play anymore. You stare at the screen. But this is when we were doing all the things that Epstein told us to. So, yeah, no, I mean, oh my gosh. So I'm neurodivergent, so come on a journey with me. I was a dancer. So my parents couldn't afford physical therapy, so they sent me a tap class. Do you guys see those costumes? Let's just say I was dancing on the pole by 6. So anyway, they would send us to Palestine. I had this bunny, and the bunny's name was Checkers. And Checkers had a beating heart. And when I was crossing the bridge, so I don't say that word. I call them Voldemort. So the Voldemortians took Checkers, and they ripped his head off. And they removed his beating heart. And I was like, welcome to Palestine. That's exactly what it feels like. Whenever I'm not there, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get back. And as soon as I enter, it's like having my heart ripped out. Because Palestinians are such interesting people in that there is nobody, not even Yemenis, that are better at resisting than us. Like, we do it with flair and style. We look good. We look good. I'm like, how you looking so slick? Like 3 years into a genocide, you got like perfect hair, perfect clothing, and then I got like this guy next to me, and he's looking all haggard, and I'm like, you can bathe, you have water. So anyway, I'm gonna be funny while telling you everything you need to know about the genocide. So anyway, I grew up going back and forth to Palestine, and as Demetrius mentioned, Jesus was born in Palestine. So this created a really complex relationship with me because I was a Christian. I was a Christmas-loving Muslim, born and raised in Jersey in a town with 33,000 Catholic Italians. My childhood was torture. In that, from the age of 5, I had to keep the Santa secret. Yeah, you never actually thought about that, you greedy ass children running down the stairs, faking still believing in Santa, making me still have to fake I believe in Santa, because you took a bunch of Jewish, Hindu, Jehovah's Witness, atheist little babies and said to them, you who I taught not to lie, you who I said was going to hell if you told a lie, you must now lie. And you will tell Tina that Santa is real. So we would get back from Christmas in Palestine, and people would be like, what did Santa get you? And I'd be like, nothing. I'm evil, that's why I shake all the time. Come on, that's funny. People are always like so shocked that I'm divorced because they can't believe I ever got married. Because like disabled kids are just happy snowflake angel babies. Venmo me at Maysoon Zayed. You'll feel good. You'll get hasanat. No, but I vibrate, so it wasn't like complicated finding a spouse. No. It was a little bit, though, because my dad said he'd throw himself off the George Washington Bridge if I didn't marry a Palestinian. So he didn't care, like, what kind of Palestinian they were, as long as they were Palestinian. And I had watched too much Law and Order. I just couldn't bear the image of them, like, you know, fishing my dad out all bloated and shit. So I had to marry a Palestinian, right? And I was not desperate. I'm telling you, if I could have married white, I would have married Mike. But instead, I went to catch a Palestinian husband. Where did I go? I went to Gaza. Why did I go to Gaza? They had no place to run. It was like catching fish in a barrel, right? I just walked through the refugee camp with my American passport and a gold frame. I was like, you want a visa, baby? And he was like, yeah. So I'm like, pack up your stuff, let's go. He's like, I have no stuff. So he comes to America. Marriage is perfect, right? I mean, just like excellent, because I am very good at conflict resolution. Sorry. Anytime we had an argument, I would look at him lovingly, and I would say, do you want to go back? There's no Dunkin' Donuts in Gaza, Habibi. One phone call, it's ice, baby. Okay? Now, why is this joke interesting? Because the very first time I ever told that joke was in 2009. So, I do not claim Barack Obama as the first Muslim president. You know what else I don't claim him as? The first black president. The man's mommy was white. He told us stories about his grandma being afraid of black people and crossing the street. Are you ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. We got played. Obama's more supremacist than Donald Trump. Can you handle it? Is it still too hard to admit that Hillary Clinton stuffs and eats babies with rice? It was wild, right? Because we heard the rumors and we never believed it, and now we know it's true. And what are we opting to do? Not believe it. So, you guys hate me. It's okay. This is actually what happens every time I go to a party. Because, like, we're having a really good time, and I'm like, are you enjoying that crumpet? There haven't been crumpets in 27 years. Children are at a calorie deficit right now. Did you pay your taxes? So anyway, I got divorced, and the reason that I got divorced, do we have married people in here? Round of applause. Wait, did you get married like last fucking week? You're how long? 32. No way. I'm talking to her. I was like, this chick's probably 32 years old right now. How long you been married? Yeah. She was like, yeah. You're my victim. Listen to me. When you get married, nobody tells you that the things you thought were really fucking cute when you got married get old real quick. And with my ex, who I call Chef Eugene, because he was a chef and a refugee, ergo Chef Eugene, it was the breathing. It's just a constant inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I was like, can't you stop for 5 minutes? I did the day I was born. Look how fucking great I turned out. I'm not afraid of dying. I hang out in war zones all the time. I got drones like going over my head, and I'm like, they'll never get me. I'm a moving target. She's like a blur. And the other thing about not fearing war zones is I honestly fear the United States of America like so much more than Palestine, so much more. Jordan's another topic in that I dare you to tell me something about Jordan. You can't, because it has no personality. Jordan is the duty-free shop of the Middle East. Yeah. Oh, you smokers love it there. But I'm afraid of America. I fear America so much more. And I want to share with you my top 3 ways I fear dying. Yes, no? Yes. Come on. Do you want to hear my top 3 ways of dying? Okay. Number 3, I'm going backwards. The bronze of fear. The bronze medal for what I fear being killed by is a gummy bear. So we've had a lot of conversations. If a woman's in the woods by herself, would she rather run into a man or a gummy bear? And we all said a gummy bear, right? And my fear goes like this. I pop the gummy bear into my mouth. Now, be clear. If we're not at the end of the bag, I've chosen a flavor I like less, right? Because I'm saving my fave for the last gummy, right? I pop it in my mouth, and it goes down the wrong hole. As in, like, here, not there, right? It's going down the exit, the air exit. Anyone speak Arabic? Anyway. Thank you. So it's going down the air exit. The gummy bear gets stuck in my trachea. The more I try to remove the trachea and add saliva to the problem, the puffier, fluffier, and the bigger the bear gets. So eventually, the gummy bear kills me. And instead of saying, Allah yarhamha, instead of mourning my death, the haram police immediately swarmed the post, saying, but what kind of gummy bear was it? Because if it was Haribo, to hell with you. Number 2, fear. Being killed like Selena by a super fan, but not being as famous as Selena. So, I'm just like chilling here, 25-year career. Sesame Street shuns me because apparently Elmo didn't like the shaking hand up his ass. Whatever. I'm not bitter. I'm just surviving a genocide. This is my neurodivergent part. Everyone comes up to me and they're like, God, you look so good. Because in the past 2 years, I've lost like 100 pounds. And they're like, is it Ozempic? And I'm like, no, it's genocide. Having your people slaughtered just does this to you. Let's talk about dating shows. Does anyone realize that every single dating show, reality dating show on American television is Muslim? Married at First Sight, arranged marriage. Love is Blind, I'll poke your eyes the fuck out if you look at her before you get married. It's all Muslims. So I want to have my own reality show, and I feel like this is the perfect way to end the Palestine night. Here's my pitch. I don't want you to steal it. It's already registered. I want to have a reality show called You Complete Me. And I am going to match make amputees from Gaza with each other, okay? And they're gonna have stuff in common, right? So she loves Mekluba, he loves Mekluba. He likes anime, she loves anime. He's got a right leg, she's got a left leg. They balance each other out, right? And then tomorrow, when the couple has a baby, it has all of its limbs. That is hope. Our evening is drawing to a close, and I would like to end on a much more serious, not that I really took you on a feel-good romp, because I was supposed to tell you about how I lost all my friends in America because I was in Bethlehem for Christmas, and they said I ruined Christmas on Bethlehem because I posted that we were getting bombed. And they were like, Maysoon, are you one of those Muslims that just pretended to like Christmas? And I'm like, I'm in Bethlehem, and they're like, Bethlehem's not real, it's like the North Pole. So I have no friends, and I'm not a fun thing at parties, but I wanted to kind of end and have you all sit with this as you also sit with our comedian. The joke that I just did about the amputees, we are currently living through the largest mass disabling event in the history of mankind. In recorded history, this has never happened. So when we think of a genocide, when we think of supremacy, when we think of violence, we think of life and death. But between life and death lies disability. And the number of disabled people that are being created means the future of Palestine will be majority disabled. As we talk about amputees, we don't spend a lot of time talking about the people who have become blind, about spinal injuries, about traumatic brain injuries, and about deafness. Finally, what we don't talk about is the fact that Palestinians are so fucking hot that in the middle of a genocide, we are having babies left and right. And let me just say, mashallah. Because, like, I was at the Ritz-Carlton, I couldn't get knocked up. These people are behind a pile of rubble and having twins, mashallah. However, the majority of the babies being born right now in Gaza have what I have, which is cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is only caused by accidents at birth or within the first 3 months of life or the last 3 months in utero. And due to the conditions that we are allowing with our tax dollars and our refusal to just take 1 week off of work, which we did just fine in COVID, but can't seem to do it now, to make it stop. So when you think about what is being done by a comedian like Ala, who lives right in the middle of this, I was blessed and lucky to, take my pictures in front of the Horse of Janine and to perform at the Freedom Theater and then to leave the Freedom Theater and hear it had been bombed and know that people like Alat are working day and night and not giving up and not just working, but choosing to work in the lens and the voice of comedy. So here's what I need you all to do. I'm not kidding, Do it, really do it. We need to sell out the screening of The Horse of Janine. Alat didn't just come to the airport and get sent back. They jailed him for 24 hours. In this goddamn country where he had no idea what would come to him. And I don't know if, Caroline, are you in the house? Caroline's gone, so she came up to me backstage and we were talking about how important it is that you all support him. Not only do I want you to sell out The Horse of Janine, I need you to follow him on social media. I need you to uplift him and say that this is an amazing form of resistance. Laughter is the ultimate form of resistance. If you can laugh in the face of those who want to end your existence, you have won. And your voice is your weapon against injustice. I beg you, use it. My name is Maysoon Zayed. Next year in Jerusalem, inshallah. Wait, I have the best surprise for you all. It's really quite unbelievable. We have food for free from Ayat. And these horrible freaking people, not only did they bring the most delicious food that you have to eat, or I will beat you with Demetrius's mother's spoon, as well as my own slipper, because there are children starving in Gaza and Sudan, and we have to eat all the food. But also, God forgive these people. They brought falafel. I don't agree with falafel. My ex-husband drove a falafel truck for 10 years. That's why I called him Chef UG. That smell makes me wanna free Palestine.
One more time for Maysoon Zayed. Maysoon, what do you think? Were they good hostages? Should we release them? Guys, the Red Cross crosses outside. She will give you your Hamas certificate.
No, all jokes aside, I have to travel back to Palestine next week, and I definitely fucking hate hummus. Chickpeas don't belong in paste.
Yalla, please go and eat. You can take your time. The bar is still open. Thank you so much.